Good morning, students. Today we are going to study a poem, The Lady of Shallot by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Alfred Lord Tennyson and Robert Browning. These are two prominent poets of the Victorian period. The Victorian period in the history of English literature is from 1838 to 1900. The Victorian period was a reaction against the Romantic period. In the Romantic period, there were some prominent poets like Wordsworth, Shelley, Keats, Coleridge, etc. Alfred Lord Tennyson was born in England in 1809 and he started writing poetry in his very early age. He was most renowned poet of the Victorian period or Victorian era. He published his first volume of poems in 1827. But it was not until the 1840 that has received a public acclaim. 1827 मध्ये टेनिसन यांनी पहिला काव्यसंग्रह प्रसिद्ध केला, पण त्याला खऱ्या अर्थानं ओळख मिळाली ती 1840 मध्ये. His works include Memoriam, Charge of the Light Brigade, Idylls of the King, etc. His lines are very noteworthy. The line you can say, "It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all." It got a kind of reputation in his period. He was Queen Victoria's poet laureate from 1850 until his death in 1892. Here the poem, The Lady of Shallot, expresses the love of a lonely lady, that she was cursed by some severe curse, and how she meets a death, a very tragic death in her life. Actually, this is a very imaginary poem, but it has got a great reputation in this era. The Lady of Shallot was written in 1932 and published a year later. Actually, it is a lyrical ballad. Ballad म्हणजे पोवाडा एक काव्य प्रकार आहे. लोक काव्य प्रकार किंवा लोकसंगीत ज्याला आपण फोकलोर म्हणतो, तर बॅलड हा एक फोकलोरचा प्रकार आहे. So it is a very famous piece and he has inspired countless musical, paintings, movies and particularly referred in literature. Here he was actually inspired by King Arthur of England. When he was 24, the first version appeared in 1933. Then, actually, there are some ambiguities in his poetry, and his poetry is considered as the best example in the history of English literature. Here, this particular poem, that is the Lady of Shallot, has a very mystical theme. Actually, it is said that it is a tragedy of fate, and it loosely based this poem on the life of Elaine of Shallot, a tragic figure who died after Sir Lancelot did not return her love. Lady of Shallot is nobody but Elaine of Shallot. She appears elsewhere in English literature as Elaine the White and Elaine the Fair. She was born and raised in mystic city called Shallot. Tennyson and other writers call the city itself Shallot. So, Elaine of Shallot is also the Lady of Shallot. This poem has 4 parts. The first part paints an idyllic scene of the town of Shallot. How the towers are very beautiful, then minars, and this particular town is located on an island. Also, the surrounding scenery landscape is described very beautifully. Then there is a gentle river that runs through Shallot. Over often has water lilies and daffodils floating in it. The town is north of Camelot. It is King Arthur's castle, and the villagers of Shallot watch many people pass by on their way to Camelot. Actually, the Lady of Shallot is seen in the 3rd stanza. She sings a very melancholic song among the fields. The farmers in the field overhear her song. She was whispering, and the voice of that lady is like that of the fairy creature, Lady of Shallot. The second part, you find the poem reveals that she has a curse upon her. तिला एका गोष्टीचा शाप मिळालेला आहे. तिला फ्रीली बाहेरचं जग जे आहे ते पाहता येत नाहीये. लेडी ऑफ शॅलट बाहेरच्या सगळ्या गोष्टी ज्या आहेत निसर्गातल्या किंवा माणसं, रस्त्याला येणार जाणारे रहदारी, ते सर्व काही पाहू शकते. आपल्या घरामध्ये तिने एक दरवाजासमोरच आतमध्ये एक आरसा टांगलेला आहे आणि त्या आरशामध्ये त्या सगळ्या गोष्टी पाहत असते. जर ते वळून वास्तविक जगाकडे पाहिलं तर तिचा मृत्यू होणार असतो. अशा प्रकारचा शाप असतो. And due to this curse, she spends a very supernaturally her days in her room, and at the same time she weaves a huge cloth and does not know the origin of this curse. Actually कर्स कुठून आलेला आहे ज्या संदर्भात तिला बिलकुल कल्पना नाहीये, आणि एक मोठं कापड ती विणत असते. And she looks all the things in that particular mirror. By the 8th stanza she declares, I am half sick of shadows. 8व्या स्टॅन्झा मध्ये ती म्हणते की मला आता ह्या आरशामधल्या सावलींचा कंटाळा आलेला आहे. तर संपूर्ण तिचं जीवन जे आहे ते आरशामध्ये पाहण्यात गेलेलं आहे जवळजवळ, आणि आता तिला खऱ्या अर्थानं बाहेरच्या विश्वामध्ये, खऱ्या भौतिक जगामध्ये वावरायचं आहे. She wants to take part in good or bad things in the real life, and that is why she tries to look outside. In the third part, you find she comes across a bold image of bold Sir Lancelot, was riding on his horse through low-hanging branches, the sunlight glistening from his armor. तिसऱ्या भागामध्ये कवितेच्या तिला इमेज दिसतं सर लॉन्सलॉट. एक तरुण आहे, घोड्यावरती स्वार झालेला आहे, शरीरावरती चिलकत घातलेला आहे आणि ते सूर्यप्रकाशामध्ये चमकत आहे. The poem says they both are single and at first sight she falls in love with him. He is very handsome and the lady sees him in her mirror and falls instantly in love. She starts pacing her room. She tries to get attention of Sir Lancelot. The curse, but in vain. She tries to look at him directly, and the curse activates, and mirror cracks. She falls extremely ill. Then she takes a small boat and enters in the river and tries to go to Camelot. She writes her name in the boat, the Lady of Shallot. The waters are deep, it's very cold, and in the middle of the river, she looks at the Camelot. She steps over the boat, heavy chain around the boat body. She dies in the boat while singing a very melancholic or mourning song. She drowns herself while singing. Her body was found near the streams of Camelot. Everyone comes here to see a very pale corpse. अतिशय निस्तेज असा चेहरा, पण सुंदर असा चेहरा पाहण्यासाठी सगळे येत आहेत. तिची बॉडी त्या ठिकाणी कॅमलॉट या ठिकाणी तरंगताना दिसते. त्याच्यामध्ये सर लॉन्सलॉट देखील असतो. सर लॉन्सलॉट also approaches her and he says, there was also the inscription written, the web was woven curiously, the charm is broken utterly, draw near, the fear not, this is I, the Lady of Shallot. It was written on the parchment. Lancelot reads the lines. In the last part of the poem, which was published in 1842 version, the knights of the Camelot comes there. There was also Lancelot. He discovers the body of Lady of Shallot. There is no message for them. The poem concludes with the blessing from Lancelot. She has a lovely face. God in his mercy lend her grace, the Lady of Shallot. These were his last words, and it was only a one-sided love of the Lady of Shallot. She could not win the love of Sir Lancelot. So, in this way, she meets a very tragic death. It was a very mysterious lady that Tennyson has given a very good theme to this poem, taking this particular character, Sir Lancelot and Lady of Shallot. So, it is all about this poem. The Victorian poem is very noteworthy, and Lord Tennyson is a very prominent poet that he has written this poem. So, here with these words I conclude this lecture. Thank you. Read the poem very carefully. You must have some idea about this. Okay, thank you.